and welcome to Sports Betting Illuminated, where we play with the house and not against it. I'm your host, Ariel Calista Miller, author of the book Sports Betting Illuminated, an AI-powered path to profit. My book, which highlights my strategy, just exactly how I've been able to get these high ROIs in a 30-40+% range season after season across multiple sports leagues. And by the way, everyone, I just want to mention a sports betting course will be coming soon. I am so excited to show all of you how it looks, and it's so thorough. It's going to be this book, but plus with so many lessons and, some tests too, of course, to check your understanding. But really, it's for you to learn how to become a better sports handicapper, and gives you a lot of practical application. So I'm excited to share that with you. And of course, check out my book. You could order it on Amazon, or you could order it directly from me to get your signed copy at arielcalista.com. Wow, good morning, everyone. Hello, Brian. Hello, Chuck Science. Hello, Chris. Good morning. And hello, Ken Leo. Spencer, good morning. Thank you. Yes, I hope everyone has already ordered or signed copies of Sports Betting Illuminated, but if you haven't, make sure to check it out on my website at arielcalista.com. It's so thorough, and really, it could teach everyone, whether you're just starting off with sports betting or whether you're professional, something new. All right, well, we have a lot to dive into today, but first, the shirt I am wearing, of course, it's a Philly thing. I am out in Philadelphia right now at this moment, and truthfully, I am wearing this to be part of the town pride and, to really root for a team. Like, I've never really grew up with a team in my hometown before. I mean, Las Vegas Raiders. That kind of happened pretty late on in my life, and I like rooting for the town team, joining in the celebrations, but at this moment I think these lines are very tight, like extraordinarily tight, and as a professional gambler, I have to say that I think there's going to be a lot more like interesting betting opportunities to really earn some money, make some money, have a good investment. But of course, I will be talking a little bit about the Super Bowl. I have some good predictions for you. And if you saw the video that I just put up on my Instagram stories, on my Snapchat stories, etc., I do even have a parlay or two for you in the Super Bowl. Can you believe it? I have not sold out to the sports books, so don't worry. But it is a little different, and I'm excited to share it with you. I think this is gonna be fun, and this is a spot where you could really find good value compared to just kind of throwing your money away on props that aren't necessarily planned, or with a good strategy, or parlays with just sometimes you have to have a good strategy beforehand. That's the ultimate way to beat the sports book. I know, it is odd. I know, I've never promoted a parlay before, but this one, I think you guys are gonna realize this is a spot where there actually is value, and you could potentially make some good money here. So I can't give you for sure the prediction of who is going to win or not, but I do have some spots, especially when everything is juiced like crazy right now. The sports books are taking major cuts, from all of the parlays being played, all the props, all of that. So, I've been looking, using my AI to find the spots where, maybe things are a little mispriced. And that's what we're going to be doing here today. So I'm so excited to dive into it. You're right. I have not had my cannabis yet today, Chris. And I need to have it. By the way, do you guys see this? I'm wearing little, I have like my whole sports betting thing going on here. This says Ari Bets, and I have my little football earrings. So I hope you enjoy. I am definitely feeling ready for the Super Bowl. If you want to comment in the chat, like what you're planning on bringing to the Super Bowl, like what snacks, what food, what drinks, I'd love to hear all about it. I got the idea for a sausage dip last year, and I gotta admit, I am so excited to bring this back this year. Yum, yum, yum. Like warm cream cheese sausage dip, mix in some peppers, like, oh my god, it tastes so good. So yeah, that and Ari burgers. I make really good burgers. Kind of like the same way Gordon Ramsay makes them. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I've watched him make a burger. The 3-dog parlay. Oh my gosh, I can't wait till next hot dog eating contest. I gotta admit, have you ever seen anyone do so well with these hot dog eating contests? That was crazy. I'm so glad that you're bringing it up. I love, I don't really bet on too many just other things out there, but these hot dog contests I have nailed with the 3-dog parlays, and year after year getting all of these predictions right. It has been so much fun. So it's time to sit back and relax. Ooh, you're enjoying you're not going anywhere for your birds. Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna be at parties or at a sports bar or something. But I agree. Having some cannabis, watching the Super Bowl, having some pizza, beer, that sounds perfect. I'll be cooking up some burgers on the grill and making some margaritas. Some specialty Ari margaritas. It's gonna be a lot of fun. No, summer doesn't feel right with my 3-dog parlays. All right, it's time to sit back and relax and get our minds right because we have so many wagers to win today. Yes, I will be covering the Super Bowl. I will be giving you my parlays for the Super Bowl. But before that, we have so many games going on, whether it is college basketball, a ton of stuff in the NBA, and I am even bringing to you my favorite hockey pick for today. So let's dive right on in. The strain that I'm smoking today, hey Super Pro, welcome in. The strain that I am smoking today is called Super Boof. So I love the name, especially because like the Super Bowl is, here basically almost. So let's sit back, light up, and enjoy some Super Boof. I'm not a vegetarian. I was a pescatarian for a few months, but I don't know. Started making, I don't know, I eat a lot of meat, I'm not gonna lie. Oh well, but I'm strong and I'm healthy and, I cook really good, like healthy foods for my body, and, that's important, taking care of yourself, feeding your body healthy foods, and I've been doing a little bit of fasting too, but like in a really healthy, like moderate kind of way. Not like hardcore like some of these people. Meatitarian. Yeah, I just love food. Okay, so Super Boof is pretty good. I just wanted to let you guys know this is it's a hybrid created with black cherry punch and Tropicana cookies. So these are the parents of it. So it is more of like a cerebral head high with uplifting body experiences. I really, this took me a while to find this strain because I saw the name and I was like, I have to find Super Boof. Like, this has got to be out there somewhere. Oh my gosh, 72 hours? That is intense. Holy cow. Wow, I'm definitely increasing the length of time, but I am nowhere near that yet. I think even 24 hours would be hard for me right now. It is really good. This is this really creates like a nice, kind of well-rounded cannabis experience. But I did some digging into the name of this, and originally, because they called it boof, like this means that it was going to be like a low quality cannabis and it wasn't going to be a very popular strain. However, I mean, when it finally blossomed and people were smoking it, it turned out to be a really exceptional strain. So the people who created the strain, then they ironically named it Super Boof, but it's, you know, it's still a really excellent strain, but it's kind of funny that it got its name because they thought it wasn't going to be so good. But here we are, and I think it's excellent. It is really good. Okay, one more hit and then we are going to dive right on into college basketball. Whoa, that is good. Alrighty. Alright, so first play of the day. NJIT Highlanders versus New Hampshire Wildcats. This is at 1 o'clock p.m. and right now I am looking at the New Hampshire spread. This is interesting. You know, I think we have some play. We have a play here today in college, but you know, truthfully, most of these lines in college are super tight. Like, not moving yet. But honestly, I think we're just still waiting for a lot of the pros and sharps to wake up and make their analysis and put in their plays. So I'm going to keep my eyes on these lines in college today as they're moving. But right now it's just super tight. I mean, it kind of is what it is, but you know, of course, everyone, please stay updated on how these lines are moving just by signing up for my free daily email. It will be going out after the live stream today, so I'll be, you know, redoing all of the lines and numbers and see how everything has moved since the stream and, you know, up to the time of my analysis. The email goes out. And then, of course, all of you can follow along and, you know, keep looking at the stream like Chris is crushing it right now just by looking at these lines, applying his strategy to the lines and following this throughout the day. So you guys are really learning, and I mean, we have perfect examples right here in our audience. So I mean, anyone who wants to learn more, like, I think this is a great opportunity for us to all teach each other, you know, within the Sports Betting Illuminated community. And I love it. I love how you guys are using these emails as a toolkit. And, you know, Chris, you're telling me every day how you're just crushing all of these plays and just win after win. And that's what we love to see here. That's where the real knowledge happens and how we all become better betters. Seriously. We are on a run. And I love seeing that. So yeah, this is about building a community, and when you succeed, we all succeed together. That's what I love here. That's what this is about. Thank you so much, Super Pro. I love seeing you guys win. It seriously makes me so happy. Now, you have been following for so long, and it shows. I mean, it shows in your work. The proof is right there that you're just winning more and more and more, and your bets are getting stronger, and you're really creating a strategy that works for you. That's what I love seeing it. Thank you so much, everyone. Now, hey David, welcome in. Now, I really want to keep talking with all you guys, but let's get back to this line because it's time to lock in some wagers. So like I said, these college basketball lines are super tight today. But in this New Hampshire versus NJIT game, I am really liking this New Hampshire spread. Granted, this is more of a system play. You know, this is simply like going off of the system, how I apply my strategy. But I saw this one flip really early from +1.5 to -1.5 on really no money. So this is Vegas just moving this line, not based on any money at the moment, no sharp money, no Joe money, but you know, my AI system is saying that odd enough that this should be further out than -1.5. Like, it's giving me -2.5, -2 right now, you know, so I think this is one of those spots where you might even be able to ladder this out a little bit. I wouldn't do it too much. That's just like, you know, if you're an action player, you might want to consider it. But I like this because it does look like an inefficiency, and I don't often say like I see inefficiencies in the sportsbooks lines, but this is one of those spots where my AI model is saying something different. Of course, as you know, if you read this book, you know, it is always really important to look at the sportsbooks line for the final answer, but having a good AI model as well is also super important. Yeah, well, you know what? You know, that's probably part of the reason why this is like looking like a real inefficiency here. You know, for the Vegas sports books, actually, like I think this could be moved out further. Oh no. You can't, oh no. You can't play it? That sucks. You're not an action player. Okay, so you think, yeah, I mean, if you want to ladder it just a little bit, just a little sprinkle, you know, maybe not like a full unit or anything. You're watching me on all the tabs. Thank you. I love that you guys are also checking out my other accounts. I have accounts on like Twitch and Kick, and they are slowly starting to grow, and I love to see this happen. It's kind of been like a long, like uphill kind of thing, and just seeing everything starting to grow has been really exciting, and it's all because of you guys, so thank you. Does oh, thank you so much. Now, I wanted to really talk about this NHL play real quick. This is another system play, but this is the Ducks versus the Kings. They're facing off at 10:30 p.m. Eastern tonight, and this is one of those plays that looks really good right now. I'm looking at the Ducks puck line. It opened up at +1.5, -105, went to -120, and right now it is sitting at -122 on really no money to report at all. So I like how this is moved out on the puck line. And, you know, I think it's going to keep moving out to -130, even potentially -140. And I would say you could still grab it at -130 or -140 and feel, you know, very comfortable. I feel like this is going to be a definite winner here. So I like this puck line a lot. So, you guys are so nice. I don't think I have 800 Instagrams, just a few. I don't know. But, you know, my main one for all of my sports content, as always, is AriBet702. Ari bets, like I bet on all the sports, and 702, that's the Las Vegas area code. I'm a Las Vegas native. I have lived in Las Vegas my whole life. My grandparents lived in Las Vegas. My grandfather was the first CPA in town, like when it had one stoplight, like one traffic light in all of Vegas. So definitely born, raised, native for sure. Yes, that is the puck line that I like. The Ducks puck line. Yeah, it's sitting at +1.5. I think it's still sitting at -122 right now. Let me look. Minus 125 already. Guys, this is moving. I think this is going to push out to minus 130, minus 140. So yeah, it's already on the move. And I feel very comfortable with this bet. This is simply a system play and I like it a lot. Vegas is moving this line and it's on no money. So yeah, and that's what I like. I am now moving on to the 2-minute drill. Yeah, they could be very tired and weak. That's very true. I mean, and it's also kind of a later game tonight as well. But very strong move. And yeah, I mean, even if you aren't locking in this bet till later, taking it at minus 130, minus 140, I still like it. So, oh yeah, with no money, it definitely makes you think. And it's just a Vegas move. So I like seeing how this is flowing. I feel comfortable with this. I don't usually play a lot of hockey. I don't follow it like super heavy like a lot of other people do. But when a system pops out of play, we've been doing excellent, seriously. Well, we have the 2-minute drill now, and stick with me because afterwards I have a lot of plays that I want to cover in the NBA, and there has been a lot of line movement going on in NBA today. So enjoy the 2-minute drill and stay with me. Today, I'm revealing my method on how I've become one of the top professional sports handicappers in the United States with my win-win strategy of playing with the house. To first understand this strategy, you must have a foundation in game theory. By leveraging principles like the Nash equilibrium and behavioral dynamics, sharp bettors can shift their perspective from trying to outsmart the sportsbooks to instead aligning with their objectives. This approach maximizes efficiency, it reduces unnecessary risk, and it transforms sports betting into a more systematic and disciplined endeavor. The win-win strategy emerges from understanding when sportsbooks are taking a firm stand and identifying patterns in how they are adjusting the lines. Sportsbooks aim to minimize risk by balancing money across outcomes. However, there are instances where the sportsbooks express implicit confidence in a particular outcome by refusing to move the line despite heavy betting on one side. These moments often signal value as they reveal the sportsbook's true position. In game theory terms, this can be framed as a signaling problem, where the sportsbook's actions, their line movements or lack thereof, communicate their internal assessment of risk versus reward. A sharp bettor using this strategy views these signals as opportunity to align their bets with the house's stance, leveraging the implied strength of the sportsbook's analysis. Behavioral game theory also plays a pivotal role in this strategy. Public bettors often overreact to recent performances or injuries, narratives, and this creates mispriced lines. For example, when the public money floods onto a hyped-up team, sportsbooks might just hold firm to the opposing side or just so minimally, signaling their confidence in the underdog or the less popular play. This behavior is where sharp bettors can extract value by exploiting the inefficiencies caused by the public overreaction. The win-win strategy focuses on creating synergy with the sportsbook's objectives, not by mimicking their behavior, but by interpreting their signals to make informed bets. This requires discipline, an advanced understanding of market dynamics, and also a willingness to bet against the public when the sportsbook's actions suggest that there is a clear advantage. By aligning with the house, bettors aren't simply gambling. They're participating in a strategic game where calculated moves can lead to long-term profitability. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to write me anytime. Feel free to throw them in the chat. Yeah, I'm happy to answer them as well. And make sure to sign up for my free daily emails over at arielcalista.com just by clicking on the Stay in Touch button. Now, let's dive into some of my NBA plays. I'm sure you all are so curious about all of these interesting plays where lines are moving all over, money is moving across the board, and we have a lot to dive into. So I'm excited because there's a lot of action over here. And I first want to start with the Celtics versus the Knicks. This game is happening at 8:40 p.m. Eastern. So right now, I am loving the Celtics spread. This opened up at -1.5, moved to -3.5 on level 1 money. And for you action players, if this is a spot you want to maybe even potentially ladder out, I would do that right here. You know, -4, -5. Sitting at -3.5 right now. I cannot pass this up. Plus, there's level 1 money behind this, so that's really interesting, and yeah, I like seeing how this is happening. By the way, I just wanted to announce to everyone real quick, all of our ROIs, just so you know, in the NHL, NBA, and college basketball are above 40% at this very moment. Now, just so everyone can understand, this is like 70% on average win rates, and even more than that, like these ROIs are so high that like the good average professional handicapper ROI is 10%. So this is kind of the range that we're talking about. So even as I'm saying, well, I don't really follow hockey closely, this is just a system play, our ROI so far this season is over 40%, and it works. The proof is in the pudding, you know? Well, of course, anyone could go back, see my morning reports. They're all timestamps with all the plays that I like, and it's in everyone's email inbox. All my videos are always timestamped. They stay up on the internet forever until like the platform bans me, unfortunately, which happens sometimes, but I still have a whole archive. Oh yeah, it's good not getting upset over a loss, not chasing a loss, because ROI is what builds over time. And you just gotta keep grinding it out, win after win after win, versus just doing a long shot parlay, a long shot parlay. You know, I see all the time other sports bettors on the internet saying, oh, I won this much money on a parlay. But then when you ask them, like, can you track your parlays? And they do. It doesn't look too good. Professional sports bettors always track their bets. They write it down, and with their bets and, you know, keeping thorough notes on everything, that's where you could see your own betting patterns and where you could figure out where you need to build your strategy. That is key. That is funny. Badminton. You know, there's so many things to bet on, and, you know, even by building a group of very educated sports handicappers and, you know, finding our people out there who like to bet on sports, who look at this as an investment and a good way to make money. And I mean, these ROIs in the 40%, I mean, where else are you getting that? Seriously, like, I mean, you could have like a stock that, you know, goes crazy in a stock market or something, but this is consistent, and you've seen this from me season after season over multiple years, truthfully. The hot dog bets are the best, I gotta admit. They are the best. Now, I also wanted to talk real quick about the total in the Celtics-Knicks game. So, of course, I'm loving a Celtics spread. You could take that. I would even say, even though I'm an action player, I would probably ladder that one out today, just because I like it so much, and it is on the move, so it is going to keep moving, and I think right now you might be able to find some real nice plus money plays. Hey, everything is a teaching moment. Even the losses, they're inevitable. They happen to everyone. It happens to me sometimes. And, you know, I just remind myself, like, these are biases. Don't go chasing losses and just stick to the system. And it works. It seriously works. But you kind of almost have to be, like, machine-like about it. Now, this total in the Celtics-Knicks game, the over is looking really good. This is looking really juicy, and I think this is also another potential ladder spot in this game just because it moves so much already. It opened up at 229.5, moved up to 232.5, and there's still level 5 money on the over. So all of the pros are jumping in on the over in the Celtics game. And the line is moving along with all of the pros. It's all moving in the same direction. So I love seeing this happen. I like this over a lot. I think there's going to be a lot of points in this game, and I think the Celtics are going to do really, really well tonight. Yeah, consensus never hurts. I agree with that 100%. You know, seeing a level 5 money on it. The sports books are moving with it. You know, it is looking really good, but I just want to caution everyone because there is a lot of Joe money floating around, which could look like a lot of money, you know, in certain spots, but you have to do some thorough analysis and really see, is this Joe money or is it pro money? And looking for that, spotting that is very important. So just be very cautionary of that, especially because it's the Super Bowl. So there are more Joes betting on just everything, more than ever. So yeah. All right, now let's talk about another game that I really like, and that is the Nuggets versus the Suns. This is at 9:10 p.m. Eastern, and I like the over here as well. In fact, this is going to be my early pick of the day. This opened up at 234.5 and moves all the way out to 237.5 on level 2 money. I really love this. I like how it's moved, and I feel very confident about the over here. So I like it. I like this pick a lot. And if you get my morning newsletters, just by clicking on the Stay in Touch button at arielcalista.com, you will see this as my early pick of the day. But because all of you guys joined Sports Betting Illuminated, you get to hear about it early. So thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. You will not be playing one of my overs or one of my picks of the day? Oh, you won't be not playing, so you will be playing. Okay, sorry. Double negative, I get it. These picks of the day do so well. We really have seen consistency in these newsletters that are going out every day, tracking these picks of the day. They're doing really well, and truthfully, sometimes I don't have a pick of the day, but I'd say more times, you know, we're more right than we are wrong, and the picks of the day is great. It's free. It's an early pick, and I mean, it's almost always a winner, so. Maybe a little. Maybe I need to slow down just a little bit this morning. I took some caffeine, and it has like just started hitting me before the show, and I was like, oh, talking a mile a minute, and then I realized, okay, it's just the caffeine hitting. I gotta slow down, relax. My coffee was weak this morning, but I had some caffeine after that. The Nuggets spread, you know, I really didn't see too much over here, but let me refresh some of my numbers to see if there's anything new that's happened, because things are moving pretty fast. Okay, so it's sitting at -4.5 already. I don't think this is really moving that much. I see a bit of money showing up on a nugget spread, but it seems like Vegas is really liking the line here, because they're not really moving it too much. Thank you so much for all the hearts, everyone. I'm catching up on all of your comments. Yeah, I'm not too crazy about the Nuggets spread at this moment. You guys are the hungover ones. That's fine. It was Friday yesterday. I'm glad you're having a good start to your weekend. Yeah, caffeine is definitely my thing. I'm a coffee person, so I love coffee. I just ordered like 5 pounds of coffee from French Truck, like my favorite coffee spot. They send it like straight from New Orleans, and I can't wait for it to arrive. It's my specialty coffee. All right, enough about that. Let's get back to the sports picks. I have another game that I really want to dive into, and this is the Spurs versus Magic. This game's a little bit earlier at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern tonight. It is Sativa Saturday. Love it. We're full of energy. Now, I am really looking at this Magic spread, and I like how it moved. This one flipped early, and this has also moved a lot. It opened up Magic. They were the underdogs, sitting at plus 2.5. They flipped early to minus 2.5, and now some serious pro money. I mean, it's still mixed money, but like pretty strong pro money is starting to show up here on the Magic. So I like how Vegas moved this line, how the pro money is showing up here, and it just is all flowing together. So I do like the Magic spread right now. It is looking pretty good, and that was a pretty large Vegas move. So I like seeing that happen. Now there are a few other games that two other games really that I just want to cover real quick in the NBA. I would say keep your eyes on these games, but they're not definite plays right now. The 3 that I just gave you, I like more. Well, 4 plays that I just gave you, I like a little bit more, but these I would keep your eye on and just see how these lines move, because this is moving a lot, and I want to cover this real quick. I love that. All right, so first I want to look at the Pacers versus the Lakers. This game is at 4 o'clock p.m. And there was a big move. The Pacers opened up at plus 1.5. It moved to minus 4, and then it moved to even further to minus 4.5 on Lakers money. Now, this is a big move. You know, I mean, it does look like Vegas is trying to cover for a stronger performance by the Pacers here today than, you know, the public might be expecting, but this number does seem a little bit sus because it moved from plus 1.5 all the way to minus 4.5 pretty early on. You know, there's still some time before the game. I don't know. Normally, I would say maybe this could be a potential play, but as of right now, this line just, I don't really know what it is. It just looks a little sus. So let's watch this and just see how it keeps moving, see if some pros jump in and really affect this line. But as of right now, just keep your eye on it. It is interesting how this is moving. And second, I want to talk about the Hawks versus Wizards. This is at 7 o'clock tonight, and I'm looking at the total here. This opened up at 244.5, went to 238.5, then went to 236.5 on mixed Joe money. I mean, this has been moving lower and lower, this total, on mixed Joe money. I mean, granted, like, this is Super Bowl weekend. There's a lot of Joe money floating around. People who have never bet before are just coming in and betting on everything. Like, we see that happening. People are trying to use up a lot of their free bets, you know, get their rewards, their promos, etc. But This is weird. Vegas is moving this line under, but there's all of this Joe money on the under as well. So in this spot, I would almost say maybe this is a spot you want to go over and not do what the Joes are doing. In fact, even over 236.5 kind of is looking pretty good right now. Seriously. So, you know, this is more of a lean for me at the moment, but I like the over here more than the under because there's so much Joe money mixed in here. They are out in full force this weekend. So when you're looking at this money, you really have to be careful to identify it. And even though this does seem like in a spot where Vegas is moving with the money, it's Joe money, and we have to be careful of that. So if anything in this game, I would be the contrarian, you know, not going with a group, like I said in the 2-minute drill, and I would probably lean towards the over. But like I said, this is still a lean. There's still plenty of time till this game, and if you do want to see how this develops later on, my morning report will be going out later in the afternoon, so it's a daily report actually, and I'll be diving into this a little bit more just to see how this is moving. So yeah. Yeah, these last 2 leans will be in the email, which you could get just by clicking on the Stay in Touch button. Yeah, I would say not even blue at this moment. Like, they're still black. I haven't turned them into blue plays, which are my stronger leans, but I might turn them into blues. I still need to watch this. I'm probably not going to send out the morning report for, I don't know, like 30 minutes until after the show's over, so because I need to go through all the lines, so things can move pretty fast. It might be an hour, but it will for sure be going out after the show, because this morning report goes out 365 days a year, every single day, even on Christmas. So yeah, I'll have all of this looked at for you, and now it is time to roll into the cannabis segment, but stay with me because I do have a lot of Super Bowl talk that I want to cover after this short little video. I think you're gonna love it. So enjoy Super Bowl LIT. Okay, I just had the craziest dream last night, and I haven't really made a lot of Super Bowl predictions, but this one felt like it was happening in real life. I have to tell you about it. Oh my gosh. Let me turn on a light. I have had a crazy week. So last night I decided to do a little dab and I got smacked. So before I get into the Super Bowl prediction, I think I am just going to keep this rolling. A little wake and bake. I dreamt that I was walking up to the Super Bowl, and as I was seeing the crowds of people, instead of being handed a beer, I was handed a blunt. It was insane. And then all of the people there were just, the cheerleaders were doing interpretive dances like yoga, and every time there was a touchdown, big puff of smoke all over the stadium as everyone cheered. So yeah, that's my Super Bowl prediction. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed my little Super Bowl dream that I had. Had to get up and record it for you right away. So like you saw in my email, I didn't really have a chance to get all like Super Bowl ready, but I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, I am ready to dive on into the Super Bowl. But unfortunately this year they still haven't replaced all of the beer with cannabis, but you know, why not do both this year if you're at home and enjoying with your close friends and family, you know, and you're a legal adult and everything. Or hemp if you don't live in a recreational state. Lots of ways to enjoy. I'm glad you liked that video. It was a lot of fun to put together. And now let's dive right on into the Super Bowl predictions. Now, all right, let's just get started with these lines and breaking them down. First, I'm going to look at this Chiefs spread. This has been really interesting, and one sportsbook in particular, one well-established sportsbook in particular in Las Vegas, moved the line recently, very recently. So you've been following it in my morning email, but this is the latest update. So let's dive right on in. As we all know, Kansas City opened up at -1. It pushed to -1.5 on some Eagles money early on. There's been kind of some steady money on the Eagles at this moment, but then Vegas was just loving a number. They were not moving this line at all. We know that. There has been almost no movement anywhere since then, but overnight, Circa moved this to -1. They moved it from -1.5 to -1 for the Chiefs spread. And this was due to a very large bet on the Eagles being placed last night. That's what's caused this move. But I've been listening, you know, I've been listening, hearing what other sharp handicappers are doing out there. And what I've heard so far is that a lot of smart people are playing the Eagles. But this could flip at any moment, you know. I mean, I could keep listening today and hear that a lot of smart people are now betting on the Chiefs. I mean, anything could happen, but right now, if anything, I am leaning towards the Eagles, so. And it's not just because of my shirt, it's not because I'm in Philadelphia, but it's because of that move by Circa and how they moved this line from -1.5 to -1. And that is why I am leaning towards the Eagles right now. Simply a Vegas move. That's my analysis. And I mean, truthfully, we could dive into this a little bit more. He's betting on the Eagles as well, yeah. You know, a lot of smart people are. And that's what I keep seeing is, oh, you know, some smart people are, but this could also flip. Wow, that's pretty close. That's really close, wow. It's true. The line moves bring all the good plays to New York. When Vegas has been holding us so tight. But this was also due to a major play by a major player. So considering it's one sportsbook that has moved this line, I am leaning towards it. I think there are going to be better plays that I feel more confident on, but this is what's going on right now. It was a bet that moved this line, and Vegas moved because of this bet, but Vegas moved the line. One of the major sports books did. So, yeah. Wow, that's awesome. Now, I also wanted to cover the total as well. This opened up at 49. It went to, there was some Joe money that started coming in on the over, then some level 1 money that was coming in on the over. It moved to 48.5. Still with some over money, and right now the money has grown even more to level 2, while the total is sitting at 48.5. Vegas has truthfully only moved it a half a point, but they haven't moved it half a point in the direction of all of the Joe money on the over. They moved it from 49 to 48.5. So to me, I would not go with the Joes and take the over here. I know a lot of people want to see the over happen. It's a fun play to play and think about, but truthfully, this is your hard-earned money on this, and Vegas is holding these lines very tight, but the Joes are certainly taking the over in this game. That's what I'm seeing. Personally, it's just not as, this game just isn't as appealing to me because, you know, I have a system and the system works, and there's going to be NBA games that have, you know, better spots for a bet, and college basketball. I mean, there's so many different sports going on that there are other good opportunities to bet on other things. This is going to be a fun game to watch and to root for your team that you're rooting for. And for everyone to maybe enjoy a little bit of cannabis and grab a beer. I don't know. But is this a real great betting opportunity? I personally don't think so. Seriously. You know, I mean, like I said, some smart people are betting on the Eagles. Some smarter people could come along and say that they're betting on the Chiefs soon, you know, telling me that they're betting on the Chiefs. So there's just too many variables going on to confidently predict a winner. And, you know, like even this little line move just by one sportsbook is, it's something you have to take into consideration. But this is tight, and Vegas likes the number that they have here, and they're definitely trying to do a lot of balancing in our balancing act. So now I want to get into my parlays because we have some interesting things. Hey Ben, welcome in. I don't ever talk about parlays. Ever. And you know, everyone who's come into my chat throwing in their parlays, I've always discouraged parlay playing. I always have covered exactly how the sports books break even on straight bets for the most part and make a majority of their profits off of parlays, seriously. But here I used AI to analyze this and actually find some true value here versus, you know, playing a parlay that just doesn't make sense. I know a lot of you want to play a parlay for the Super Bowl, so I want to give you parlays that I feel confident could actually win. You know, I'm not going to give you a 10-leg parlay, a 5-leg parlay. I'm looking for spots where, you know, you could really make the most out of your money and also feel very confident about your bets. Yeah, exactly. No sweat bets. Stay safe out there with the parlays. Everyone is playing parlays. And I gotta say, between the live betting and the parlays, unless you have a very thorough strategy going into it beforehand, be careful because you just might lose your shirt. And also remember, like, these sports books, they do have contracts with the leagues and also with these giant computer ecosystems that are literally pulling data 60 times a second off of all of the players, off of the field, off of everything. So that's how fast they're processing this data to give you the live in-game plays. They're always going to have the advantage because the numbers that they're giving you are basically just automated. They're running really fast. You're using a lot of computing power to do it, and just be careful, you know, don't bet anything that you can't lose, you know, don't, you know, manage your bankroll going into it, don't chase your losses, and really just set a limit for yourself going into it so you don't lose your shirt, because truthfully the best plays that you can make are the ones that you have a thorough strategy for beforehand rather than going in and just betting on anything. And this is why, you know, the Super Bowl is going to be a lot of fun to watch, but I think there's going to be a lot of other really good sharp plays that day. So just keep an eye out for them. So, yes, let's look at Super Bowl parlays. So we know every year a popular award is the MVP award, and as expected, Patrick Mahomes is the clear winner for this, sitting at plus 105. However, the next favorite is Saquon Barkley at plus 240. And I misspoke. I didn't mean he's like the clear winner as in like I predict, but I just mean he's like the clear favorite of the people. So for this MVP award, Patrick Mahomes is sitting as a favorite at plus 105. Then Saquon Barkley is sitting at plus 240. So this kind of is unusual for a running back to be favored over a quarterback, and especially because the starting quarterback of the winning team is the most likely MVP recipient. So let's really dig into this. Now, a lot of people are going to be betting on the money lines, and right now, instead of, if you like the Eagles, you might be betting on the Eagles money line, which is sitting at minus 105 right now. Instead of betting on the Eagles money line at 105, and listen up, because this is how you're going to maximize your money on these parlays right now. So listen, because this is a very important strategy. Well, okay, I have two different parlays for you, and there's two different ways you could bet on this. Instead of betting, if you like the Eagles to win, instead of just betting on the Eagles money line at minus 105, the more strategic approach would be to have two different parlays going on. You would be getting the Eagles to win and Jalen Hurts as the MVP. You could get this at plus 375. Now, another parlay that you would build here would be the Eagles to win plus Saquon Barkley as MVP, and you could get this at plus 240 odds right now. Now, this is very strategic. It's actually capitalizing on the reality that the MVP is almost always awarded to the team, to the winning team's most impactful player. And if the Eagles win, we know that it's going to be Hurts or Saquon Barkley who's going to get this award. Now, by placing only half of your intended stake on each parlay, you are creating a situation where an Eagles win guarantees you a better payout than just a straight money line bet. And like I said, if Hurts wins MVP, you'll be cashing out plus 375. If Barkley wins, you'll be cashing out plus 240. And both of these are superior compared to the Eagles money line right now. So it's minus 105. I might have had a typo. You're right. It is. The Eagles money line is at minus 105 right now. But either way, these are two parlays that you could build, and this is how you maximize your profits. Think about it. These are two very simple parlays. Really, but this is going to maximize your profits here by taking the Eagles to win, taking Saquon Barkley, or taking Jalen Hurts to win the MVP. Now, you have it. And those are my parlays. This is the first time I'm actually telling you to take a parlay, but obviously there's a strategic approach behind this on why I'm doing this and how I analyze this so that you can really maximize your return on your investment. And that's how we build a high ROI. You were here when I gave out a parlay. 2 parlays. I know, now we're gonna have to wait till the summer until I come back with, I don't know, a 2-dog parlay, a triple dog parlay. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens this summer in the hot dog parlay sector. Yes, I am mostly against parlays, but here, like when you actually have a thorough and strategic strategy going into it, and seriously, this is what I always emphasize here on this podcast. If you have a thorough strategic strategy before you place your bets, that is how you become a professional handicapper. You record it, you analyze your mistakes, and you just keep growing. And we have amazing people right here in this community. You know, in the morning report, I was talking about Tyler, who a lot of you follow, Tyler Picks on Twitter. And Chris, right here in this chat, has just been crushing it every day. Ken Leo, I know you're crushing it as well, and I love seeing all of us succeed and thrive in this community. I mean, it's amazing, and we're all learning together, and we're all helping each other and building up strategies, so. The dog show. I'll look into that and I'll let you know. Well, thank you so much, everyone. I can't believe we've been here for an hour. Time flies when you're having fun, and I had so much fun today with all of you. Good luck on all of your wagers, everyone, and seriously, have a wonderful Super Bowl. Bet responsibly, set your limits beforehand, and go in with a thorough strategy, and let's all win together, and let's play all of these other bets because some exciting things are happening in NBA today, college ball. We're gonna smash baseball this year. I agree with that 100%. We were doing so well last year and the year before, and this year is just gonna get better from here. So good luck, everyone, on all of your wagers, and I will see you for the next live stream on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to join my free daily emails just by going to arielcalista.com, clicking on the button that says Stay in Touch to sign up for these free daily emails where I give you all of my sports news, line analysis, my picks of the day, and of course pictures of me every day, and so much more. These emails are full of information, and I love seeing how you guys are using them right here to become better handicappers. You guys are learning so much, and I love it. And thank you, everyone, for joining me today. Good luck, and I will see you next time. Bye.